Hey guys, welcome to season 10 of Cozy Women Podcast. My name is Shan, aka Mama of the Girls. Thank you for checking out another season of Cozy Women Podcast. This season, what can I say? It's just going to be more parenting things, more ways that we can improve in relationships with a dad and a mom, teacher and parents, siblings and other siblings. We're just wanting better all around relationships. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. Peace. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Cozy One Podcast. My name is Shan. I think this show today can help all parents and caregivers and grandparents and co-parents and step-parents. Everybody can benefit from today's episode. I wanted to talk about how to teach kids about special needs kids because we're all different and some of us are born different. And one thing about kids for sure is kids react better when they are more aware of what they may see, right? If you haven't seen something before, if you haven't experienced something before, if someone lets you know that it exists and you might see this or this is out there, they're more relaxed when they see it, right? They behave a little bit better when they see it because they're prepared to possibly see it. And I think it's very important that we talk to our kids about people who are different and in what they say, how they act, what they can do, what they can't do. But we talk about it in a simplified way where they can understand because they are kids. And we all hate long stares, no matter who we are, no matter what we look like. So let's just avoid the long stares and the questions on the spot. And let's speak up while we're at home or while we're in our cars or before we get to the places we go about children with special needs or adults with special needs. And let's teach our children to have more consideration and compassion for people who have special needs because it's life. We can't always pick who we run into. We can't always pick who's in the classroom, who's at the store, who's in the church, and or who's at the playground. And we have to prepare our kids to possibly play or talk to or be in front of someone with special needs. There's nothing wrong with it. We just got to prepare our kids for it. And that's what today's episode is. So thank you for coming. Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the show. Don't forget to check out teespring.com/stores/cozy womb shop where you can find hoodies, mama stuff bag, hoodies for kids, fanny packs, mugs, t-shirts for dads, socks for moms, and sweatshirts. All right, I got your merch on there. I also have Mama's Cozy Shop, which is a cozy shop for mama like things. All right, back to the show.
Here we go.
Back to the show. Thank you for listening to those messages and staying with us for Cozy One Podcast. Today, I wanted to talk about teaching our children about other children that do have special needs. And there's so many ways children can have special needs. It could be physical, it could be something with their muscles are different. It could be, epilepsy, something that happens and a child may look normal, but something may happen on a playground or at a party or outside that's just an emergency. Kids who have chronic asthma, kids who have something developmental where their special needs, whether it's autism, dyslexia, Down syndrome, it could be other disorders, or it could be behavior, ADD, bipolar, all types of different special needs that children may have or adults that we need to prepare our children for, because they're kids still. And I think one of the 10 easy steps in order to help your child adapt to being around someone with special needs is understand that kids need explanations in ways that they can understand. Don't give them big words if you can't break down those big words. Um, Give them like a overall aspect of how they should act, and what they should do, what they shouldn't do, how they should approach, what they should say, what they shouldn't say. How much patience is required to um, deal with or react to someone who does have special needs, and what characteristics should they look for to connect that, okay, this boy or girl might have special needs, this lady might have special needs, that's why they don't understand me. The next step is understand and explain to your children that every child is different. Every child is different. Every person is different. We don't all look the same, but everybody deserves respect. So if you want to push yourself or your sister or your brother or your mom or your dad, don't push people that don't move as fast as you, okay? If you want to call, your sibling or your friend names, don't call other people names, okay? Just because they have a disability doesn't mean that you can call them names. Just because they're special needs doesn't mean you can call them names. You shouldn't. Third thing is talk to your kids about kindness and not picking on people. Your children don't want to be picked on, and any person or child that has special needs doesn't want to be picked on. The next thing is to teach your child to be fair. I think being fair, not rushing anyone with special needs is very important, because even as adults, we kind of excuse the fact that maybe they have special needs, so we automatically assume they can't do this or they can't do that. And most special needs people just want to be treated like regular people. They want to be treated fairly. Give them a chance, and if they say that they need help, or if they look like they just cannot achieve the goal that they're trying to achieve at the time, help them in a special way. Teach your children how to assist people in a way where they're not invading their space. The fifth thing you can do when you teach your child is allow your kids to see you interact with someone who is special needs, someone who does have a disability, or someone who is just, you know, maybe not 100% able to do the same things that someone without special needs may do. Okay. And it's not to make fun of them, it's not to laugh at them, and just teach them how to discipline themselves and have some respect and be mature at times where they need to be mature. The sixth thing you can do for your child involving a child or another human being that special needs is to make sure that your child realize kids are kids no matter what. So if a baby is special needs, treat them just like any other baby. Um, if a child is special needs, still ask permission, still, you know, say please and thank you. Don't snatch, don't name call, don't exclude out of games. Like, there's so many ways where we can be better about treating kids with special needs instead of just, you know, making them feel like they're not a part of the game, making them feel like they're not a part of the other kids. And number 7 would be to pull up videos and pictures at home and discuss it with your kids. It is nothing to stop your kids from playing in the house, to come over and look at something. I mean, you do with Instagram, you do with TikTok, your kids do it on YouTube, and just show them what a child may look like that may have special needs. That way, if you're not around, they're aware of what you taught them, right? And they're not having a huge reaction because a child looks different, or a child acts different, or a child keeps screaming and they're not using proper words. If we make them aware, they'll be more comfortable. And that's what we want. We want the child with special needs to be comfortable, the adult with special needs to be comfortable, just like we want our children to be comfortable. And we do not want our children to embarrass us by being rude or nasty about someone being different, because it's really going to show everybody else that we are not on top of our parenting in the right way. Now, some of us may still go out our way and show our child how to act and how to not act, and our children just decide to do what they want to do. But for the most part, I feel like if you prepare your children to meet, see, understand, and be compassionate to other people more in a balanced way, they'll be more relaxed when they're in front of that situation. Number 8, I would tell your kids that even people with special needs deserve friends, right? You would want a friend if you were special needs. You would want a friend if you were adult and special needs. And it's not saying all special needs kids can only have special needs friends. That's not true. Would it be a more relatable situation? Yes. But you can also be a friend to someone that has special needs and teach them how to be a friend. Talk to them about how to be your friend. The rules still apply. You just have to be a little bit more compassionate and patient and wait your turn and just be just kind. Like kindness goes a long way. Teach your children how to be kind when it comes to other people, period. No matter what they are, what they look like, where they're from. Number 9, don't make your kids uncomfortable. When it comes to people being different and you teaching your kids that people are different, don't scare them into not wanting to say hello. Don't scare them into not wanting to ask questions. Teach your children how to ask questions in a polite way, not in a judgmental way. That's a whole nother thing, but that goes hand in hand with being around people with special needs. And number 10, teach your children not to tease. I know we just had an orange man in a political office who made fun of people with disabilities and who were special needs, but even adults sometimes need teaching about how to teach people what to do and what not to do, how to be compassionate, how to be a human being and understanding and kind when it comes to people with special needs. So if you feel like you have a goofball for a son or daughter and they just, laugh when they shouldn't or they're inappropriate at times, really hone in on them and tell them and teach them and show them that teasing someone with special needs or a disability is not the right thing to do. It's never acceptable to tease or play or make mean comments about someone who is disabled. Disabled people are not all deaf. Disabled people can see and they do have feelings. And when it comes to children, I think depending on their special needs, it might be difficult for other parents of those children with special needs to explain to them that kids are kids if they're expecting people to be kind. And I know we can't expect everybody to be kind and everybody to do right. But at the same time, if we pour into our kids a lot more, make them more aware, and we are more honest on our approach, I think that will help them along the way. So those are 10 steps on how you can teach your child to be more understanding, compassionate, and kind when approaching someone with special needs, or if someone with special needs approaches them. It's not a big deal, but I think it's very important for us to be considerate, to teach, to make our children more aware, because if our kids are not more aware, they are not prepared. Thank you for checking out Cozy One Podcast today. You can also find me, Shan, the creator and host of Cozy One Podcast, on Cozy One Pod on IG and Twitter. You could also find me on Clubhouse. If you put in Cozy One Pod in the search, my page will come up. It does show as She Gets a Pod, which is my other podcast, but I also have Cozy One Pod on there because I cannot have multiple pages. But I do appreciate you checking in, downloading, sharing, and leaving a review on Apple Podcasts about today's podcast. I appreciate it. Peace. Bye.
Bye.